Hello, and for this week on Who Reviews the Reviewers, the challenge for us was to review one of the review panel judges. So my YouTuber that I was assigned to review was TheRealManos, and I chose his Let Me In film review. Now, I know we're supposed to be objective, and they already told us that brownie points won't get us anywhere, but I'm not trying for brownie points. This is the most amazing review I've ever seen. It's the pinnacle of my YouTube experience, and frankly, I should probably just never get online again because the internet can only go downhill from this review. It was perfection. And that's all I have to say about it. Oh, and Manos, I got your mail the other day. Thanks. So hi, I'm MrCorellian, and this is Lauren.
Hi.
And I'm going to review while she listens, TheRealManos' review.
I am here today to review the new horror film, which is a remake of the Swedish film Let the Right One In. This one is simply called Let Me In.
The first thing that struck me about this review was the mood of it. It was very unprofessional, but in a good way. It was very easygoing and comfortable, and it was actually done in an interesting way that this was just an impromptu conversation that he was having about this movie that he had seen. And it was actually funny because, like, so the whole video, he's making himself this bowl of cereal, you know, and by the end he has the milk in it, and he has the cereal in it, and he's picked up the spoon a few times, but he hasn't taken a bite, and I've been waiting for this bite to be taken, and right as he picks up the spoon to put it in his mouth is when the video ends, and I was just so disappointed, and I know that's a really dumb thing to be disappointed about, but I thought it was funny. But anyways, yeah, this is an uncut, unedited, it was just one continuous shot, and that single shot style really is where the cons and the pros and that mood that I'm talking about is derived from. So let's start off with some of the things that irked me. First of all, it kind of meandered a lot. It took about half of the 8-minute long video before he ever really got into the meat of stuff. I know there's a point that was about 3.5 minutes in where he actually used the phrase, but before I get started, and it's like, I don't know, 3.5 minutes into it, I would hope that you had already been started. He starts out with a synopsis, and by the time he's done with the synopsis, there isn't all that much room for any critique, really. He talks about that he doesn't like the CGI, but he doesn't really have the time to address a lot of pros and cons of the movie itself. Things that stuck out at him. There was maybe 3 or 4 points that he was able to talk about, besides just talking about, you know, who's in the movie and what happens in the movie. Now, of course, he talks about very interesting things and often relevant. One of them was the career of an actress in it, and he also had this really funny story, actually, a little anecdote about a time when he worked at a video store. So his video actually kind of felt really long and drawn out without too much content in there, although the content was good. See, the truth is this guy sounds really, really knowledgeable. And, you know, he's believably an expert. And this is one of my favorite things maybe about Manos in general, after watching a few of his videos, is that he tends to talk with assertion and with confidence, but still he's really easygoing and relaxed about it. It gives him some credibility, and you don't really have any reason to doubt what he's saying. He was fairly good at being unbiased and objective, because he did talk about both things that he liked and that he didn't like, and he did it in an organized way. I like how he talked about the film being relatable, and I thought it was good that he also addressed a common complaint that other moviegoers have about this movie, which is that it's actually a remade film of a subtitled film, and that it seemed unnecessary, and I guess very soon, to make another version of the exact same film, only in English. Now, Manos didn't agree with that complaint, and he gave a great reason why, and mostly it's that it's more marketable and that it reaches a wider audience when it's not a subtitled film. I really appreciated that too, because where other people could seem snobby at something like that, TheRealManos seemed, you know, practical and realistic. You know, obviously, in critiquing a review ought to have, you know, maybe a lot of detail and a lot of interesting things, and, you know, be more structured like an argumentative paper or something like that. But really, taking this video as what it is, it's a guy talking to a camera about a movie that he likes, and regardless of how argumentatively convincing he is, by the end of the video you still say, that's a good movie. So he succeeds in what he intends to do. So, yeah, it suffers a little bit from being long without a whole lot of substance, but it stays interesting throughout because of the charm that it has and the easygoing attitude that Manos brings to the literal table in this case. Oh, you're right, I did the laugh. I did the laugh.
Oh, flaws.
But now's the time in the video for those deliberations. So for top pick this week, I would have to go with TheRealManos. Yeah, there were some problems with the review, but that didn't keep it from still making its point and being an effective review. What do you say, Lauren?
Yeah, I'd have to go with TheRealManos as well.
Alright, there you go, TheRealManos. Top one for the week. Keep it up. That is the part that I always hate every week that I do this, is having to vote someone off. I'm sorry to say it, Manos, but I gotta choose you. Really, there weren't a whole lot of other options. What about you, Lauren?
Yeah, TheRealManos.
I'm sorry to see you go, Manos. We had a lot of fun, but I won't be reviewing anything of yours next week. Well, that's it for this week, and this review was sponsored by Geekvolutions, who reviews the Reviewers Contest, and by TheRealManos. Thanks!